Hey, how you guys doing today? So there was this news that got released where they are going to talk about the second part of the poll for Love Live Superstar. So as you know, Love Live Superstar, they had an announcement that they're going to name the release for the name of the group. They're going to have the poll in two parts. The first part where we submit our choices for names, and the second part where they choose their favorite choices. This is their website, so we're on the Genki G's website. This is where they often publish news for them. So they want us to decide the name for the group. So the first part already has been done. We had submitted our choices for names, and then they picked their favorites. So of course the site's all in Japanese and it's hard to understand and all. I'll do my best to translate it, although I will not do that great of a job. But I'll give you a link to this site as well as where we can vote for it, which we'll get to after I go through all the choices. So they give you a lot of choices here, so let's just get to it. So the first choice they gave us is Yuine. So here is the Japanese. So it'll kind of explain some of the choices just from the name, but here's their actual description why. I can't understand too much, so if you're that ambitious, some people might be able to explain it a little better than I am, and if I find that, or find some in the comments below. But this is more or less our choice for that one. The next one we have is Rinks, or Links, which my guess is it's going for like the links with a bunch of the girls to each other, and I'm assuming this has nothing to do with Legend of Zelda, but we'll get to that soon. But yeah, the third entry. So it looks like it says Zero Sing, but actually this is, if you look at the Japanese here, it's actually more referred to Rising. Rising. So kind of in combination with Sing and Rising as far as I can see. I'm not sure why Zero, because I know Zero is Zero, but maybe I'm missing something here. But that is the third option over there. Next one we have is Meiris. Meiris. And I don't know how you want to say that, but it's kind of a combination of me and Iris. When they say watashi, which is me. So combination of me and the flower Iris. So that's how this name was formed. Now we got FF, or no, what I think they do is Fa. I think is how that goes. That's the first F is force and second F is fate. Okay, sure. Although a lot of other people, maybe especially in the United States, will take a look at that FF and think, I don't know, like as a gamer who played a lot, whenever someone says FF, I automatically think of forfeit. So not the best name, I would say, but it's Japan, so does it matter that much? I don't know. Although it's really odd. But okay. The next one we got is Sezu. Is how that's guess kind of you pronounce it, is Sezu, or I don't know, Sees, if they're gonna go that way, which kind of be a little different. But they have capitalized the I right here, as there's a importance signified on top of that. For entry number 7, we got Linkle, and they're combining Link and Twinkle. Well, Linkle is actually a character in Legend of Zelda that's kind of like the female version of Link. So I guess they're really going with that Legend of Zelda vibe here, I guess. Nintendo collaboration or something like that. At least that's what I'm thinking of, but I don't know. Twinkle is, of course, this is Love Live Superstar, so a lot of people are drawing a lot of connection to kind of like stars, because that's generally really bright, and so we get Twinkle and stars, and I guess a lot of people want to have links with each other or something like that. This one, thank God there's this above it, so that says Kira Bashi, I think is what it would say. My bad, Kira Boshi. So this group is actually Kira Boshi, which I guess translates to beautiful star, which of course is gonna be synonymous with the idea of Love Live Superstar. Cool, but this comes to the issue where it's not readable to anyone who's not Japanese. And while that's fine for people in Japan, and even not everyone in Japan knows all of kanji anyways, this is starting to get to the issue, well, if they're outside of Japan, they're not gonna be able to read these characters. So I feel like they shouldn't go with this. Or if there are, they're gonna have to keep writing as Boshi, like this way. So yeah, but then I guess people have to figure out what the heck is a Boshi. So they're gonna have to translate it every single time to, I guess, Beautiful Star or to whatever appropriate language. So I'm very cautious about that because, well, Muse is just a Muse. And I guess people have to learn, but it's quick and easy once you learn that. Aquaz you can always read that because it is in Roman characters. So we'll have to see about that. I'm kind of hesitant to say no for this one. But yeah, this one is Boshi. Next up we have Liela, which I guess is a combination of multiple things. Saying Liela and brilliant. Okay. Then 10 we got Forte, but this one is actually an acronym for follow, original, relation, trust, and entertain. But I guess Forte also is in a music where you use Forte to have kind of a grand and often loud. I think it's kind of like translates to, so you know, if you want to have them have a big impact, I think this is an acronym that kind of combines both. I don't think it doesn't really sound like an extremely very idol-like name, because sometimes you want to tend to be, I don't know, a little more cutish with your name, but I guess depending on the type of group, I guess that's not necessarily true. I think that maybe this just feels a little more professional? Is that, I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Like, we have Arise and they're going for like a cool style kind of name, and we're saying with Saint Snow, but Forte just feels off. I don't know, let me know if you think this is a great name. I don't know, it's not my favorite out of these at least. Next up we have Oriesta, which is a combination of Origin and Estrella. So I guess there's a lot of people are trying to combine multiple words to get a name here. I don't know, this name almost thinks me of an ostrich for whatever reason because it sounds similar. But interesting. And then 12, so this is where being able to read Japanese is a little more helpful here. It is Goko Stazu. So of course 5 is go in Japanese, so 55 is like Gogo. So that's kind of why you see 55 stars instead, but you should say Gogo stars. So that's kind of an interesting way, and of course we have an emphasis on 5 girls here. I'm interested in the fact that they did allow this option, especially because that is very synopsis with the fact that they have 5 members. But it's gonna kind of be odd if they jump to 6 or 7 members. Like, how does that work with the group's name? Are they gonna change it to 6, which is what, Roku or something like that? So I don't know, but the fact that they did say this is making me think they're probably gonna stick with 5. That's just what I'm thinking, at least right now. Next up we have Luminous, which thank God for English explanation. You guys gotta read it, but of course Luminous is, you know, it just means to shine, and to have something shining and brilliant. It's very thematic for stars. So I think it's a nice name for an idol group. I think it works. It's kind of similar to the kind of thing I went for, but they never pick myself anyways. But again, at least it's nice to be readable and to not require a whole lot of thinking of why this name was picked. And then for 14 we have Spica. I'm guessing that's kind of like spices, like we had a song with Table Spica. Kotri, I don't know, spices, and you know that's sometimes combined with some girl group names, so I guess it's fine. And then for 15 we have Unity, which is Y combined with Unity. So that's how we get this name. And then the last one is Extreme, which I don't know. That does not seem very idol-like. Maybe the explanation would change that, but it's kind of a pain to figure that out. But the Japanese, what is it? Thing says Kuro Su Dorime. Kurosu stream. I don't know. My Japanese is really shaky right now. I need to brush on it. But I guess Japanese have a little bit more struggle to pronounce X because it's just not in there. But yeah, so Extreme, kind of an interesting name here. Of course, at the end here they gave you a link, so let's just jump to the link. So here's the actual poll I've translated into Google Translate. So yes, again, the grammar is not going to be that great here, but it will hopefully give you a better idea of what you need to do when you vote. So the first one is they just want you to pick the name of the group that you want. So I don't know, let's say I wanted like Luminous or something, so I go ahead and click on that, and then you can follow into an explanation why. And if they like your explanation, they might use it in magazines. So if you really like a name and you're like, wow, this is a genius name, and here's why, go ahead and type that. And then a name, so because they often credit people with the who created the name or explained it very well. So if you want to be credited for that, you know, of course that's a good idea. And then just your general demographic stuff. They only accept people in Japan. And they also want to know, what do you expect from Love Live Superstar? So if you're interested and go ahead and vote, I will give you a link in the description so you can just go straight to that if you want. And go ahead and vote in the poll. So let me know, what name do you think is the winner here? And why is that? Do you think a certain name should be in Japanese or not? Do you think that is going to be a genuine reason to not accept the name? And do you think the Gogo one, do you think the fact that it's tied with 5 might be a death sentence to the group growing? If they're going to be so stuck on having specifically 5 members? Maybe if that doesn't win, maybe they'll feel more free to change the number of members group, or maybe that it's going to be a shifting name, which that does not sound right to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What name do you think deserves the win? And once we get the name, I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.